Look at your hands, really look at them. These are not just tools of labor, they are the instruments of a sovereign creator. But for most of you, these hands have spent a lifetime reacting, reaching for distractions, clinging to comforts, and shielding your eyes from the blinding light of your own potential. We live in an age of digital noise, a cacophony of opinions and echoes that whisper a lie into your ear every single morning, the lie that you are a passenger in your own life. You have been told that your circumstances are your cage. You have been told that the economy, your upbringing, or the luck of the draw has already written the final chapter of your story. But I am here to tell you that there is a secret command, a frequency of existence that the greats of history discovered and guarded with their lives. It is the law of self-mastery. It is the realization that the world does not happen to you. The world happens from you. Every skyscraper that pierces the clouds, every empire that rose from the dust, and every invention that changed the course of human history began as a single, solitary thought, held with such intensity that it had no choice but to harden into reality. Napoleon Hill called this the definiteness of purpose. Thomas Edison didn't just stumble into the light bulb. He dictated to the universe that darkness was no longer an option. He failed 10,000 times, but in his mind those weren't failures. They were the necessary refinement of his command. Henry Ford didn't ask permission to put the world on wheels. He commanded his will into the iron and steel of the V8 engine, even when his engineers told him it was impossible. These men were not gods. They were humans who understood that the mind is a magnetic furnace. What you feed it, it will create. What you command it, it will obey. If you are drifting, if you are waiting for a sign, if you are hoping for a break, you are operating under the philosophy of a victim. The drifter is at the mercy of the wind, but the master dictates the wind. To dictate your destiny, you must first declare war on the chaos within. You must realize that your mind is a garden, and if you do not intentionally plant the seeds of your obsession, the weeds of the world will grow there by default. You cannot have $1 million life with a 10-cent mindset. You cannot reach for the stars while your feet are buried in the mud of good enough. The first movement of this symphony of mastery begins with the absolute clarity of vision. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they have never decided exactly what they want. They want more money, better health, or happiness. These are hollow words. The universe does not respond to vague requests. Imagine a captain of a ship who sets sail without a map, telling his crew he just wants to go somewhere better. That ship will eventually smash against the rocks or starve at sea. You must define your chief aim with the precision of a surgeon. You must see it so clearly in your mind's eye that you can smell the leather of the seat, feel the weight of the key, and hear the silence of the room where you finally stand victorious. This is not positive thinking. This is mental architecture. Andrew Carnegie, a man who rose from a penniless immigrant to the master of steel, understood that the mind is a powerhouse that must be directed toward a single burning point of focus. He didn't just want to be rich. He wanted to organize the very foundations of American industry. When you decide, with absolute conviction, what your destiny will be, something strange and miraculous happens. The infinite intelligence of the world begins to rearrange itself around your intention. Opportunities that were invisible yesterday suddenly appear. People who can help you emerge from the shadows. The obstacles that once felt like walls become the very stairs you climb. But this only happens when you stop trying and start commanding. There is a profound difference between the man who says, "I hope I make it," and the man who says, "This is who I am, and the world will have to move to accommodate me." Self Mastery is the discipline to hold that vision when the world gets dark. Because the world will get dark. The moment you declare your greatness, the universe will test your resolve. It will send you critics, it will send you setbacks, and it will send you the ghost of fear. This fear is a master deceiver. It wears the mask of logic and realism. It tells you to play it safe. It tells you that you are dreaming too big. Time slows away. Every great achievement in history was once considered unrealistic. It was unrealistic for two bicycle mechanics from Ohio to think they could fly. It was unrealistic for a man with a third-grade education to become the greatest inventor of his time. Your destiny is not something you find. It is something you forge. It is forged in the silent hours of the morning when the rest of the world is sleeping. It is forged in the refusal to give up when your bank account is empty and your heart is heavy. Self-mastery is the ability to command your body to move when it wants to quit. It is the ability to command your mind to stay positive when the evidence around you is negative. It is the realization that you are the architect, the builder, and the occupant of your own life.